There we go.
Now, after the September 11th attack, a week after, how were your feelings and thoughts, and did the attack affect you in any way?
Well, certainly I think it affected everybody at that time. First of all, I remember the 10th, I was in St. Louis. I had to MC a Hall of Fame ceremony for the Missouri Valley Conference. So I didn't get back into Peoria until 3 a.m. So I slept until, at that time, my wife called and said, turn on the television. The Twin Towers, planes have run into the Twin Towers in New York, which I'd been to. I actually had been to the top, the Windows of the World restaurant, in 1982 when Bradley played in the NIT. Well, that's where our banquet was held, on the top floor of the North Tower. So I had been there. And so, I mean, we just all were horrified, and I'm sure people that we had talked to that served in World War II felt the same way when Pearl Harbor was bombed. You know, America was being attacked. Answer to your question, a week later, I think that there was still this shock and disbelief that this had happened. But then, at that time, the realization started to set in that life was never going to be the same again. And especially if you travel, which I do a lot. That meant longer lines at airports. Shoes had to come off because Richard Reed, the shoe bomber, was later. But the security was going to bog down travel everywhere. So that's what affected me most. But I just think the mental, that's what terrorism is. It's not only the taking of life, but it's the thought of what's going to happen next. And so it's a psychological attack as much as it is a physical one. So I think the whole nation was psychologically damaged because this doesn't happen here. This happens in Lebanon. This happens in third world countries where people take over and genocide is evident everywhere. This doesn't happen in the United States where you're supposed to be attacked. So I think the psychological ramifications shook everyone, and I was not exempt from that.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Thank you for your time and everything.